I I think I turned on the wrong Harry Potter.
Snipe, snipe, Severus Snape, 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 Severus Snape. Snape.
Yeah, no, that's enough of that. Man, if only there was something Harry Potter related that wasn't boring, like Harry Potter, and wasn't outright cringy. Hmm. Oh, hello. What you doing over there looking all fine like that? The end. Yeah, no, this is way better. How's it going, everyone? Dave here, back with another video. I hope you guys enjoyed that little sketch at the beginning. I'm trying to let my comedy kind of come through a little bit and add a little bit more to the videos to make them, worth watching. Uh, because I kind of want to add a little bit more to my videos than just me, just talking. Unless that's something you guys like. Lord knows I can sit in front of a camera and just ramble if that's something that you guys are into. But anyway, we're gonna talk about Mashle Volume 1 today. Um, if you guys have seen my top 15 manga video, I did a little while back, well, a few days ago. I mentioned that this is quickly becoming and became one of my favorites. So let's talk about it. We're here in the review corner. We're here in the squeaky chair. Let's talk Mashle. So I want to avoid spoilers because right now, if you need, a quick like, hey, should I read this? 100% read it. It's so funny. It's so just charming, enjoyable. It's got a really cool story. It's very much a Harry Potter-esque parody. And I'm not even a big Harry Potter fan. So for me to be like, hey, this is good, and I'm not even a fan of the material that it's basing it off of, that's, I feel, a pretty glowing recommendation. So if you need a quick little like, hey, should I read this? 100%. And this is only going off of Volume 1. So, the story, I would assume, would get better going forward. But let's dive in a little bit. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, so I'm going to kind of keep this sort of brief, we're going to stay on the outside. We're going to stay on the edge and just kind of touch on some things. So the story is about Mash, this guy. He lives in a world where magic is everywhere. Think basically Black Clover. Magic is used from everything, from the highest jobs to like normal everyday activities. Something from like making a meal to starting a war. And everything in between. And he's without magic. He lives without it, and similar to Asta and Black Clover, he decides that, hey, I don't have magic, I'm just going to get ripped and crazy strong. And that's essentially what he does, but to like turned up to like the 12th degree. Because this dude is so strong that people are not sure if it's actually magic or not. Because they're like, wait, this guy doesn't have magic, he can't even fly. But then he jumps super high in the air and he's like, oh wait, maybe he can fly? I don't know. And like he'll do things like without spoiling much, I may mention brief scenes or brief instances from the manga to help back up my points. So if you guys want to avoid any of that, then don't watch the video, I guess. But like there's one instance where he's supposed, they call the broom, just like in Harry Potter, they hold their hand out and they say, here broom. I don't think that's what they say, but the broom rises to their hand, but he can't do it. Mash can't do it because he has no magic, so he just stomps on the ground super hard and the broom jumps up into his hand. And And then it's like, oh yeah, no, he did it. And then obviously there are people that don't believe him. They're like, he just stomped the ground really hard. But that's kind of the comedy, is that there's people that are like, oh dude, this guy's awesome. And then there are other people that are like, wait a minute, no, he's not. He's just really strong, and nobody seems to care. Nobody seems to notice. Um, you've got moments when a guy is like using a spell, and he's like, your typical anime or manga fashion where it's like, no one can ever defeat this spell. No, no one has seen this spell and lived. And then Mash just kind of swats it out of the air like you're swatting at a fly. It's just like, bing. And then, and then the juxtaposition of like this intense moment, ending with like, bing, what's next? And it's all backed up by Mash's super monotone, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not really sarcastic, but very monotone, very apathetic attitude where he just kind of doesn't really care about much. And that's where, I compared it a lot to Black Clover, kind of in its plot and in, how things are kind of set up, but really in a lot of its humor and even some of its art styles, and in some of its plot. I'll just show you like here, like, this is Mash here. A lot of it actually reminds me of One Punch Man. Very strong guy, who worked really hard, very apathetic in nature. Everyone else is super serious and crazy and has all these quirks, and he just kind of, and our main character is just kind of like, yeah, well, whatever, man. Like, so I feel like it. If you like Black Clover, if you like One Punch Man, um, if you basically took those anime, put it together, and then sprinkled like a Harry Potter theme on it, you would get Mashle. Like, if I had to put all of that together for you. So I feel like this review is all over the place, but all of my videos are all over the place, so whatever. But I plan on reviewing each manga one by one. Hopefully there's enough material to cover, without getting too into spoilers. But I feel like, this being volume 1, it's kind of a good overview of everything. Like, this is how the story is. So I guess touching back on the story, Mash enrolls in Magic Academy, kind of schmoozes his way in there, basically going off of his strength and strength alone. He becomes a part of this Magic Academy, starts to make some friends, starts to make some enemies. It ends on an interesting, not really cliffhanger, but it ends on a note where it's like, oh, okay, it's starting to heat up. Let's see what happens next. This may be a comedy manga through and through, but it's got some good moments. It's got some badass moments. Like, this moment, Mash just like knees this guy in the face. Just like super, like kind of hardcore moments, mixed in with the comedy. So, if you're looking for something that's not just straight comedy, that's also got a fair bit of action, I would also recommend Mashle. There's a lot of funny bits in here. There's a lot of fun characters. There's a lot of just cool, things. They take the traditional formula of wizards and magic, and they really kind of spin it on its head a little bit by, one, making it comedic, and two, by making it, I wouldn't say there's many moments where they break the fourth wall, but they kind of let the characters explain, like, hey, this is kind of ridiculous, right? We can all agree that this is a weird thing that we all do. Like, so I appreciate that a lot. I appreciate the fact that I never even mentioned the mangaka, Hajime Komoto. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I apologize if I didn't. I know it's backwards. I don't even know why I'm bothering to show you. But the mangaka really, like I was saying, kind of turned it on its head, where it didn't take itself too seriously. It takes itself seriously enough. Very similar to One Punch Man, where you have moments where you're like, oh, damn, like, it's really going down. Mixed with the moments of like, oh, this is the dumbest thing ever. This is so funny. This is so silly and goofy. And, I think Mashle hits that in spades. I think, you know, it's quickly becoming, like I said, one of my favorites. You know, I hope you guys got something out of this review. You know, I didn't want to go too heavy into spoilers, but I just kind of wanted to explain why I have enjoyed Mashle so far, even though it's only the first volume. Like I said, I plan to review each volume. But one, I'm a very slow reader, so I don't know how frequent that's going to come out. And two, and two, I don't know if there will be much to talk about without going into spoilers. So if you guys are okay with going into spoilers, I can touch on that more in the next part or in the next video on Mashle. But yeah, all in all, so far, volume 1 review of Mashle is, read it. It is hilarious. It is one of the funnier manga I've read in a long time. It has a great balance of humor and action. If you're a fan of the source material, I would definitely say give it a try. But like I said, I'm not even a big Harry Potter guy, and I love it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. One last thing. This isn't related to Mashle, but I just figured I would ask you guys. I've been thinking about streaming. I don't know if I'm actually going to. I don't know really where to start. I've asked a few friends of mine who do stream, and they've given me some great advice. I've looked up YouTube videos. I've done research, but I don't really know. One, I don't know where to start, but I feel like if I know that there's interest, again, I'm gonna do it because I enjoy it, but I just want to see if there'd be interest, because if I start doing that, I don't think it would take away from my YouTube videos at all. But you know, if it's not something that that's really gonna, cause I enjoy it. Like I think it sounds like a lot of fun. I think it seems really cool, and I'm sure I would enjoy it regardless. But it's one of those things where I don't need to do it. So if it's not something you guys are interested in, I would rather focus my energy on stuff that you guys are going to enjoy, like the manga videos, anime videos. I've been, you know, thinking of some new ideas. I've been trying to get my hands on some better equipment for you guys to make better videos, because you guys have been super supportive, really have been. I've gained, even after my 30 subscriber special, where we gained like 6 more subscribers in the past few days. So that's amazing to me. It really is. I love the growth. I think it's incredible. I think it's so nice. And I really mean that a lot. So if you guys want to see me stream or are interested at all, I have a bunch of, I love anime games. So we could play anime games together. We could just chill and talk about anime on a stream. Let me know if that's something you guys would be into. If not, no hard feelings. I'll just put my effort into the stuff that you actually want to see. So just putting that out there. I still may do it because, again, it's interesting to me. But I'm just I'm just feeling around. Even if a bunch of people said, "Hey, we'd love to see that," it doesn't mean that I'm gonna go stream tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like I would, you know, have to set things up. I would have to get it ready. I'm just putting some feelers out there since we have a bunch of new friendly faces over here at Navy Doughboy, over on the channel. I'm just seeing if that's something you guys would be interested in. So, yeah, some more videos coming soon. I'm working on some stuff, trying to let the humor flow through a little bit more, because that's, at the end of the day, when I'm not talking manga, I'm doing stand-up, and I want to try to combine my love for comedy and my love for all things manga and anime. So thank you guys again. I really appreciate all the support. I understand the last few minutes of this video were just talking. Well, I guess all my videos are talking, but talking about stuff that isn't Mashle. But I wanted to get that out there, and I really didn't know how else to do it, so I figured I would just tag it on the end of this video. So apologies about that. But thank you guys so very much for watching. I will see you in the next video coming out at some point. All right, bye. Oh, it's falling.